If you're talking to me, I can't hear you.
Well, this is fucking hilarious. He's talking. Matt's back, but he's having technical difficulties.
Hey, it's not me this time. Yes. I was so nervous for this today, but I'm glad I decided to say, hey, let's talk, because I'm excited for this.
Oh yeah, we'll wait for Matt to get his audio shit figured out, but we just had to I had to include this.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, Spence, let's trip out.
Ready whenever everybody else is. I've had a beer and a half and got a little smoke, so I'm more relaxed than I was before I turned everything on, so we're good to go.
Well, good. That's what we like to hear. Welcome to the Geek Den 2.0, the Dadmented Geek Den, the official kickoff, the return of the Mage. Matthew, it has been far too long. Welcome back, bro. Congratulations on completing your schooling.
Thank you.
Kicking ass in volleyball.
Yep. Coaching like a nerd.
I do enjoy those gigs, though.
What's that? Oh.
Like, they're not much, but they're enough for me to like get behind a team I'm never going to meet.
I think you're about as invested. No, I'm actually pretty invested. I was going to make a joke about it, but no. They're my boys.
Hell yeah. We love it, Coach.
Yeah.
And we want to welcome a new member to the Geek Den and the Dadmented family as a whole. Terry, welcome. Your official
Hello, everybody.
Episode.
Bienvenue.
Yep, jazz hands and all the fun stuff. I'm really, really excited to be part of the friggin' shenanigans, been paying attention.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yes. Yeah. I had to watch the maple syrup chug to realize that there will be shenanigans, and I promise I will absolutely be a part of them.
Okay.
I'm not.
We're never doing that again. Just so you know.
The lessons were apparently learned that time.
We are never doing the syrup thing ever again.
Yeah, no.
There were multiple lessons that day and the days to follow.
Oh my God, it comes out the same consistency.
Diabetes.
It does.
That is
it really does.
Nightmare,
Like
Jason.
even going down, you just feel it
nightmare.
Coat your throat, and like you feel that for a week.
It just felt like
water. Even with the episode of not the episode of the movie, the Super Troopers.
Yeah.
When they chugged it.
Yes.
So apparently they actually did that for real, or at least in the DVD commentary. They were actually chugging syrup, right? They figured out after like the second or third take, they had to have water on standby.
Yeah.
Get it to wash down because their throats were eventually, just like with peanut butter, refused to actually do the job.
But this is a one-shot go. Like, I'll have one bottle, and it was okay. Let's do this.
Only got one
You
pancreas.
cut the balls though, because that was apparently the trick.
But when I saw it, and I saw Matt doing his chug, and I'm sorry, I have to say it, I knew he was Canadian. I didn't even know it until I was like, nope, that guy's Canadian. I live really close to the Canadian border. I spend a lot of time in Canada, or have, anyways. Not so much recently.
Lungs.
Yeah.
You would have went to the good spot anyway. So BC.
Yeah. Ah, okay.
Right.
I've been up there. Now I live like straight across, and so Whistler's close to me now, closer to me now and stuff. Yeah, which they got some good snowboarding and skiing and stuff over there. We do up here too in our I live in the mountains, so there's all that's all around me all the time.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I got married, I went up to Canada for my honeymoon so I could go to Blunt Brothers in Vancouver back in the day. And
sounds like a great time.
Took my husband to his first strip club and the whole thing.
It's a whole
first and only. Hey, out of curiosity, anybody else, like the only time I've ever been to a strip club was because my wife made me go. Like legitimately, it's never like I don't want to go throw money at things I'm not allowed to touch.
Yeah, hey, there you go.
I think it's awesome that this came up.
Don't get me wrong. Support the working moms. I'm just saying, it's not my.
It was a honeymoon thing, and it was cool. It was all right. We didn't. In Washington, you couldn't have alcohol and full nudity at that time.
Georgia too.
So like going to Canada, we could drink our alcohol and have full nudity at the same time, and we only had to be 18 instead of 21. So it was sweet. Or 19. It was 19. Sorry.
Yeah, in BC it's 19. But
yeah.
So let me tell you a story, because you're all from the United States, and if you have come to Canada, you haven't come to Alberta.
No.
Strip bars are way different here than they are anywhere else on the planet.
You're talking about Alberta specifically?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are allowed to take bills and you put them in the G-strings or the garter belts or the bras.
Right.
We are not allowed to use bills at all. We're not allowed to touch their G-strings or do any of that. So you know what the rule is in Alberta? And I shit you not. Anyone?
Oh.
Is it coins?
It is coins.
No, seriously, that is what you have to like fucking wing fucking.
We have $1 and $2 coins.
Yeah. And they're huge.
Toonies, right? Is that correct?
So that by itself is disgusting.
Right.
Coins are the most gross thing on planet Earth.
Oh,
and
so many fingers have touched them.
Citizens Brigade.
No, it's not even that. So you're like flinging chunks of metal at something that looks like a Jackson Pollock painting after.
He knows.
Have you guys ever seen the show Upright Citizens Brigade?
Fucking great show. Wonderful.
All right,
show.
so they have that thing where he talks about the ass pennies and how he takes like 100 pennies and sticks them up his ass and then gives
That's
them
how
up.
he stays above his fucking competitors.
And eventually everybody has to
his
touch his ass pennies. Yes. I fucking love that show.
That's a show, but somebody does that.
Oh, after they saw that episode, I guarantee you somebody's like that.
I guarantee somebody's
and you're gonna go throwing coins at ladies' no bits.
That's that is crazy to me. That like literally. So you cannot put a bill. So you're literally not allowed to go above a 2.
So now here's the other thing. If you don't just do that for fun here, there's prizes. It's like a claw that goes and picks up prizes in the thing. They are on stage, they dance, and then after the 5 songs, they take a poster or a fridge magnet or a cup or I don't know, a fucking oil funnel that has their picture on it. They put it between their legs, and then you have to either hit it or get a coin inside it.
I'm not everybody involved. Well, no, actually, I take that back. That actually adds a level of entertainment if you're the one throwing.
Now he might go to the strip club now. He might see the reason to go to the strip club.
We need some research done, Matt.
Oh man!
I actually want to come to Alberta now.
Right.
Like 100, because I love skeet ball. Great game.
Oh,
It is nothing like that.
Oh no, but it will be the way I do it. I'm an American, damn it.
wait.
You have to let that slide, right?
He's gonna bring his own
green
coin
card.
ramp. Woof.
Now we're talking skee ball and strippers, and I'm thinking zombie strippers. Jenna Jameson shooting pool balls out of her, you know.
Zombie Strippers is a great movie. That was a great one.
I love that movie.
Hey, that's a
Love
dark
that movie.
too, I
Robert England's in it. Everything. I love that shit.
Matt is our horror novice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get him into it.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
No, he's
okay, because I'm
not,
sure
though. He's
there's
not an
lots of
anime
things
novice.
he knows that I don't.
But you
So,
know what? He enjoyed Terrifier.
Which makes
hey,
sense.
that's
I mean, they do
that's
that
a rough
too.
one.
I shit all over the Romero ones with everybody else, but I liked them.
Yeah.
I-
Oh yeah, we all fit on for sure.
Excuse me, I didn't mean to cough in that. But I don't mind the horror when it's not gore for the sake of gore. Because there's
Yeah.
a lot of that, and I'm not a
Yes.
fan. But I also don't mind if it doesn't have to be cerebral or, not every movie is going to be Hannibal Lecter bullshit.
Yeah.
But the stuff that, there's that crazy stuff that Chris and the other guys on his show bring onto ours, and we watch, and they're fucking horrible. All
Oh,
those
you mean
movies.
Ian Klink with his
Yeah.
Undertaker in his
Kicker in
past?
his pal.
I had to ask Jesus what I had done to deserve that movie. It was fucking horrible.
I loved it.
Oh,
Me
man.
and Ian bonded that night.
And I even asked Ian, I'm like, did I do something to you?
If you're talking, that's also, wait a second though. So that was there. If you were more into, all right. So what was the fucking movie that we had? The fucking Manborg. Right?
Oh God.
Manborg.
I am
Absolutely
man.
absurd. It
Horror.
is an absurd fucking movie. But the thing is everybody that made the movie was in on it.
Yeah.
It was absurd because they wanted it to be absurd.
Manborg is like dude bro party level massacre
Yeah, it's
3
just
levels of
stupid.
ridiculous.
That was
But
a horrible movie too.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. There's a fake trailer. At least we think it's fake. I hope it's not.
Biocop.
Biocop. You got to watch Manborg to see this trailer, but it makes it all worth it.
Well, it's not. Well, actually, I feel like they included Biocop at the trailer to prove that they could have done something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to stop the
Gone
movie.
to let people know that this was a joke. It was meant to be, and it was something that, like, a person make you laugh. Which, like, Craig and I thought it was fucking hilarious.
God.
James actually loved it just because of the fucking Manborg part, and I guess that was Chris's art.
No, It was Biocop.
Or no,
It was
Poltergeist, I'm sorry.
Corey.
that was the reason we did Manborg.
Yeah.
That's
Our
who
buddy Corey.
showed us
Yeah, that's the only
Dude
reason you
Bro
watch so
Party
much.
3. My arch nemesis.
Yeah. Of course, dude. And he just keeps bringing
The
more
funny
garbage.
Yeah.
The funny thing about Poltergeist is I met him with 2 Americans, and I probably live closer to Corey than I do to anyone else here.
Right.
I can probably get
You
these.
do live closer to Corey.
Yeah, he's in downtown, and I'm like right
Yeah.
here,
You're like right down the fucking road.
in the suburbs, like a yuppie.
But
That
yeah.
dude was hilarious.
Well, thanks for the picture.
Oh yeah,
He's awesome. Did you listen to any of his rap?
Oh
And
yeah.
actually, the one that he
Phenomenal.
assembled the blood, like the anime shit to the background.
Yeah.
He took a lot of stuff from Blood Sea for the video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll
Yeah.
send Terry a
Fucking
link so
incredible.
she can get
It was,
familiar.
it was an incredible video. It was an incredible
Have you?
combo. Awesome.
He does raps about villains in horror movies, and they are fucking amazing. And
Mhm.
I'm not a rap guy, and I'm not a horror guy, but those songs are fucking incredible.
Yeah, and he used to sing for a death metal band too, and you can hear that in his rap
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he throws
So it's almost kind of like an acid rap,
in a
Kind of.
sense. In a sense,
like Beastie Boys was, or you know what I mean, where you get a
little
little
more
bit of that
hardcore,
feel for
a little-
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
more.
hard-
but
hardcore.
it's rap.
a good bit more hardcore.
Yeah.
There's no like guitars or anything. It's
And
all.
I don't mean accent, but he's Eastern Canadian. and you can hear that, not the voice. He doesn't sound like a
Right,
toaster. It's the whole thing, like in a broad sense.
Yeah.
Not that he doesn't have an accent at all. I didn't think.
It's not thick, but it's there if you're not him, or if you're not Canadian. It's there.
He has more of an accent than you.
Well, that's because he's from East. That's like the spectrum in Canada.
Right.
British Columbians are like normal. We're not.
I've noticed that because, like, there's a family. My pastor in the church growing up, he was from Canada. Him and his wife, and he was from Ontario, and he was very much Canadian. Like he was one of. Like talk like one of the Trailer Park Boys, Canadian.
That's where they're from. But like he said, he would sound. That's like what Trevor and there's another fella that we listen to a lot that's from Ontario. But like Trevor McEwen, though, that's the Ontario accent.
Yeah,
my brother from another mother. Seriously, we're spitting image of each other. So fucking weird.
And if you listen to me on the Chris DiLorenzo episode, because that was the only one I drank on, you can hear hear mine.
Matt was very Canadian.
That's the only time Atlanta comes out of me, but it takes a lot of alcohol to make it happen.
It doesn't take a lot for me.
It takes a shit. Like
I smelled it.
I need to be a step away from throwing up on my feet.
I go places and people pick up a Michigonian accent, which is almost, it has slight hints of Wisconsin. And
well, the fact that you said Wisconsin, like that was a weird way to pronounce Wiz.
I know. I also say I said those two words differently. It's
There's
okay.
a fucking Z in that pronunciation. There was definitely a Z in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. See, I can't even I have to say it slowly if I really want to get out. There's a few words like that for me, though. I tell you, like there's a few words. If I try to say, I have to say them slowly, or they do not come out of my mouth.
I have a weird hybrid of Pennsylvania and Southern, like multiple Southern accents blended in the one. It's weird. I heard it today. Like my Pennsylvania slipped out really bad because I said home.
Home.
Home. Home. I don't fucking say that.
What is that?
Home. I sound like my mom when I'm saying that shit. I told you can't have any friends over till I get home.
Yeah. Like something popped up on my screen. I'm like, go away, screen, go away.
And then when I get I don't get drunk very often, but when I get close, I start to sound like my dad.
Now, me, if I get around people with thick accents, like I've worked with Russians, I've worked with a lot of Hispanic people, I've worked with and all of a sudden my ear will pick it up and I'll start picking it up in my voice and I freaking hate it. Like, no, stop.
When I lived in Pennsylvania.
I do that with Northerners. Once you get like Boston, for example, I can't pronounce my R's anymore if I'm around them long enough.
It
comes out wrong. Entirely wrong.
You gotta pack the car in the parking garage.
Yeah, no, seriously, like 100%. Like, what is that meme about the whole fucking khakis thing? Like, I'm looking for my khakis. If you're down south, that means you're looking for a pair of pants. But if you're in Boston, that means you're looking for the thing that starts your fucking car. So, like, 100%. My mother is from Methuen, right? So that's literally like that is the home of the inability to pronounce an R. And it only happens when she's drunk or when she's angry.
Yeah.
But apparently it carried through with me. But thank God she was from there because my dad was from Mississippi, which meant the combination equaled no accent.
Yeah. Right. Yep. Yep.
I am thankful for that weird ass dichotomy.
I was moved all over the world, so you'll hear it here and there, but for the most part, I'm just pretty normal on all that now.
Yeah, you definitely don't sound like Washington. There's not a Washington in there.
Nope. And I've been here since I was like 8. Other than like I traveled a lot as a kid. I hitchhiked. I'm lucky to be alive, kind of that kind of situation.
Everybody from the Northwest has a solid accent you can identify. It's almost as identifiable as the boot thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh,
Must have
no,
been
no,
hoping
no.
they
As soon as
cross
you
the
hear
fence
it,
and
it hits your
some
ear.
Canadians get real mad.
I know. I didn't say a word, regardless if I watch South Park or not.
Oh, Matt, by the way, how are Terrence and Philip doing?
They're lovely.
Awesome.
A little older, so the heads flap wider.
Right. They have to, I'm sure
The
like
beady
they've got
eyes
some
and the
serious
flappy
whipping.
head. No.
Have they accepted you as their buddy guy?
No,
Oh,
Fuck.
denied.
hey, buddy. Hey, guy.
Not your buddy guy.
Oh,
Actually,
I
Matt,
love my South Park. I still even want, like, 'cause I've got pretty much most of the streaming services.
Nice.
I can't help it. There's just things I want to watch, and except for I did get rid of Shudder because a friend was actually paying for it for me, and I said no, I don't think we need it anymore.
I still have it because they have solid releases.
Yeah,
What you shouldn't
no,
ever
I mean,
get is
okay,
Scream
my
Box.
big one is my big one is Creep Show. I want to be able to watch the episodes of Creep Show, and that's the only place that like streams it faithfully.
Yeah.
Creep Show, the Jordan Peele fucking rebirth of that shit was perfect.
Yeah.
You
know what? I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, there's some episodes that are a little less for me, but that's the way it is with
that
all
was
of
per
those
director.
things.
The whole idea of just kicking it off again, though, like it felt really good.
It did.
Yeah.
I was excited. I had goosebumps when I heard about it in that first episode. I was like, yeah, let's go.
The Twilight Zone reboot, which
Yeah,
was also Jordan Peele. That was not good. I didn't think it was great. Like I tried to watch 4 or 5 episodes. I was like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Episodes I've seen, like they didn't have to. They could have done.
Yes, the creep. Yes.
Either way, though, Matt, while you're here, seriously, D&D over Zoom. When are we going to do it?
Well,
I have a die simulator on my phone, man. I downloaded it the day we talked about it.
So it's actually funny that you mentioned that, because the real big news in the gaming community right now is that D&D is, I don't want to get the terminology wrong, but the point is we can't stream.
Oh,
it's because of fucking Wizards of the Coast or fucking, yeah, all right. So fine. As long as you don't identify it, you could still play, which is the only thing I wanted to do. I wanted to play. I haven't played that game since I was fucking 17 years old.
I have not played that. Yeah, I have not played that since I was like 16. It's been a long ass time.
I love that. It was one of the best RPGs, with the exception of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
See? Oh, it's a Crown Royal bag too, isn't it? Tell me it's a Crown Royal bag.
it's like a sandbag.
It's like the Wish brand.
You know what, Alex?
Absolute, yes.
Canadian Wish.
It's the Fago brand.
I sold my
Fago brand.
There they are.
When I was younger, I painted a fuck ton of pewter miniatures. Like I painted a shitload of them and sold them because I was like, fuck it, I'm not going to play anymore. Nobody wants to play.
Oh, yeah.
I had the old school like D&D 1 box sets of fucking miniatures, and I painted them and sold them for like nothing.
Oh my God. That's the story of almost everybody's life when we're younger, though. Like, my youngest son right now, he's kicking himself in the ass because I've got a bunch of Star Wars stuff he got for Christmas, but he was literally going to get rid of it, don't. And I'm that mom that's like, no. Obviously, you can see behind me, I got so many freaking toys. Funny. That's just here. I got like 1,400 square feet of just doing this. So.
That's about the same.
Yeah.
I installed shelves for my stupidity.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I even got a pool table down here. If I had friends, it'd be fucking amazing.
I still like being bad at pool because it made me feel like I was being cool.
Right? Like I knew angles. No.
Yeah, I knew 2 angles. I knew corners. Everything else was fucking garbage. If I made that shot, it's because God was paying attention. It had nothing to do with me. It was fucking terrible. My wife thought I knew how to play pool because I beat her. She sucked worse.
Actually, where I'm sitting right now is the future home of the bar. I've got a sweet slab of
please
wood
do a
to
tiki
put
bar.
down.
Please do a fucking
everything.
70s tiki bar. If you have the space, do a tiki bar.
That's what I'm sitting right in front of here.
Okay, I'm so
Matt.
not though, but I'm doing the full cabin thing with the
Hey,
I
great
need that slab of live edge wood.
Full rotation? Yes, it is. Hells yes.
I love that.
A little messy down here.
And
Plugged anything in, like I've seen, like I watched the updates when you were doing everything. Have you put anything that doesn't belong just to kick off conversation? There's got to be something, just something absurd that makes no sense at all, but in a place of like, I don't know, enshrinement, just to kick off conversation.
So it does make sense, though.
That, I got something super cool, and I got it at my first con because I didn't start going to cons till later at life. Because it just didn't really have the money and stuff, and I was, like I said, on the street kid.
Yeah.
But I got this ass poster, and my son's gonna help me open it real quick because. Oh, where we go? Here we go. Come over here, baby. Be very careful. All right.
What?
Whoa.
It's zombie. Oh, shoot. Hold up. It's Zombie Last Supper.
Oh, nice.
That's beautiful. Who drew that?
Oh, God. You know what? I wasn't really into the artist. It is totally signed and everything, but I'll have to get back to you on that because I don't want to.
Please do tell me, because I mean I can't really make out a lot of detail, but the fact like all the black and red look.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
It's gorgeous, and it was at my first con. And if I can get it, I don't care who you are. If I can get an autograph, I'm gonna get it.
Me too. Actually, right behind me.
Because you never know. You never know. I mean, shit.
What do you got, Matt?
Both those pictures are the same guy, and they're both autographed by him.
Who is it?
Yeah.
David Tennant.
David Tennant. God, what a wonderful doctor. The fact that he was much of a fan too. Christ Almighty.
That's my wife's favorite one.
Dude, it's all right. So as far as if we're talking about the doctors, anyways. So first off, Peter Capaldi did a great fucking job.
Yeah,
did an amazing job. And for that matter, 11 and his Matt Brewer or Matt. I was about to say Matt Brewer, and that's not right.
Smith.
Thank you, Matthew Smith. Fucking incredible. David Tennant, though, loved what he was doing, and it comes through in his performance through every episode he's in.
Oh, yeah.
He was incredible. He was absolutely amazing. He's a great actor, too. Shit. Even in the Harry Potter shit, playing fucking what was his name? He was doing Slughorn's fucking not Slughorn.
He was
Moody. He was Moody's
Mad Eye Moody.
Yeah.
No, but he's the politician's kid.
It was
Barty Crouch. Right. That's right.
Yes, thank you.
So, like, even doing that, like, it was such an over-the-top performance, but it fucking worked for that.
Yeah.
It's what I pictured in my head, not with David Tennant's face, obviously, but when I read the book, it's what I saw in my head. He was great. He understood the material.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Kind of.
I'm seeing what looks like
I see some Funkos.
Possibly a Mason flag. I don't know what's going on back there, buddy. What do you?
So that's a Baratheon flag from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's the flag of the Baratheon.
So they are Funkos. There's 2 Alexander Hamilton Funkos, an Aaron Burr Funko, and a George Washington Funko.
There's an Aaron Burr Funko.
Yeah.
George Washington.
Really?
Now, I'll show you what's in the frame.
Please do. This has been the best. I'm excited about this shit. It's fucking Aaron Burr. That is, we've gone too far as a society. We're done. Oh, that dude. Okay, Jesus Christ. The guy that made
that.
Holy shit.
Neil.
One more time.
Neil.
Yes, please, for the love of Christ, throw that dude's name out there. He deserves more credit. He has done some incredible work with that shit. It's nothing I ever would have thought of. He found something that makes a lot of sense, and man, he makes me some great prints.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, every Christmas that rolls around, somebody's like, "Who's that guy again?" And it turns into a whole thing again because it is amazing.
What's his name, Matt?
Neil.
Neil what?
Levitt.
Okay.
Levett.
Check him out. He does great stuff.
I couldn't think of a good song, so like I took. That's it.
That's the point.
Sorry, guys, looking for notebook.
You had that quote, and you were like, "Can you do that?" He was like, "Yes, I got it." And that's what you fucking. That's fucking great,
dude. Well, and there's a bunch of stuff in the back too. Like, there's way more to it. It's a really cool display.
Yeah.
Oh man, the My Pet Monster back there is my buddy.
He does. He can make any song, just any lyrics to any song look fucking incredible just with a simple background.
Well, and that was the thing. Like, when, dude, there were PRD. I want to say 2. Was it 2 or 3 where everything really took off? Where we had like 10,000 members.
That was
one.
That was one, and then it
1 increased and dropped, and then 2 came back around, and 2 actually ended up with more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
very quickly, man.
Yeah, well, because everybody jumped. But that dude was like, I do this shit in my spare time. Incidentally, it's a print. I get like, you have things. Next thing you knew, everybody all Christmas long, like the entire season, just fucking. I finally got my shit in the mail. Here it is, and it always looked like the interior of a fucking tape cover. Like that's what I loved about it. It literally looked like the insert to a fucking Subhumans album, just with like the lyrics dropped over a background with sometimes an image, sometimes not. Sometimes the bands I don't necessarily agree with, Pennywise.
Right.
But the point of the matter is that I'll let you be clear, I don't hate Pennywise.
There's the look we've missed so much.
After a short period of time. Some of the best fucking drummers you'll ever hear in your life, but
we'll leave it at that.
I'm sorry for anybody listening to this or watching this that disagrees.
It's okay to disagree, guys. That's the world. That's the world we live in now. It's okay. You know, we should really learn that it's okay to disagree, and we can all still be friends, regardless of like retardedness and all the other bullshit in the world.
Terry, I'm reporting you. That is absurd.
Absurdity. That is false news.
That is
fake news.
Really. Oh my god. There are too many of those situations. There are way too many of those fucking situations.
Yeah.
No.
But get over it.
A lot of it's a judgment call.
Oh no, definitely. And believe me, through all this, even if I don't agree with you guys, we will always be friendly. I don't have a problem with that at all.
I don't mean to laugh. That just reminded me of something.
All the shit that I talk on the internet.
I don't mind when people talk on the internet. I can throw shit with the best of them without even cursing. I'm pretty good at making somebody feel this big without even cussing at them. But
I do the same.
Like I said, nothing I've seen is nothing that I can't handle so far. I tell you what.
Right. Yeah, I've been beaten down.
Man, if only I had that video.
Which one?
The one with Joe Queer.
Oh, that one.
Oh, when dude fell asleep and they got angry and ran away.
No, that was a different one.
That's one that I fucking think about anytime. Queers, like legitimately, you were like, the queers are coming, and I'm gonna get to see them. All I thought about was Craig being like, what about that one time? That was the first story that popped into my head. And like, I don't know dude well enough to fucking judge him. That is a weird action from halfway across the country.
Right.
Funny story.
Okay.
I have.
That was there.
Well, not only was I there, but I also have the original recording of the entire episode.
Could you put that in our chat?
And if you use TikTok, follow History Dad, scroll down, you'll see Joe Queer's face right in the middle of my feed, and just watch it. And it's the best 18 seconds you'll ever watch.
I'll find it and send it.
Yeah. Yes, please.
I'll find it and send it.
Speaking of which, with Russ Rankin coming on, right?
Yes.
Talking to Johnny randomly about it, who we were also going to have on just because he got to talk to him the one time and he was excited. He wanted to talk to him again. Apparently, there no joking about any of the vegan shit. Apparently,
no joking about vegans.
Yeah, like it's not something.
Damn, there goes most of my material.
Very serious. Well, I'm happy he told me because, like, I would have assumed that anybody could have a sense of humor about something like that, but apparently not.
Yeah, no, I know I can pick and choose. Like, I know what kind of people can handle that kind of shit. You know what I mean? When it comes to
I have no situational awareness. I've got no fucking idea.
Well, I got your back, Jack.
Everything I do is
just like the out and out outrage people from time to time. So, you know, I want to see the reaction I get.
See, like, my goal is not to make. My only hope is that I can go through life without having anybody be upset by something I've said. And bearing in mind, that doesn't apply to everything. There are some things that I am concrete on, but for the most part, I don't want to make people feel bad.
Yeah,
right? It's okay to think how you think. I am cool with that, provided that it doesn't reach a specific point.
Yeah.
My thing is, we're here to have a good time. So
no, that's it exactly. Like, if it's funny, it's funny. And it should be funny. Like, if you have to explain a joke, you fucking
right.
Yep.
Like, it's not funny.
Unless you do it in a stupid way.
It's not fucking funny.
Unless you do it in a stupid way.
Well, no, don't get me. Yeah, there's times where you can deliver something in a bad way because you thought everybody in your surroundings would automatically understand. There's a feel to it. But if you're sitting there trying to explain an entire history to back up something you said as hilarious,
right?
You misunderstood everything happening.
Right. But like what I'm saying is, like, and okay, so for instance, like, I watch me, Matt, Craig, we're wrestling fans. So there was a time in wrestling where Triple H, somebody cracked a joke about his nose because he has this huge fucking schnoz, right?
A huge fucking body. That's a weird joke.
And somebody cracks a joke about his nose, and then one of his buddies is like, "It's funny because he's got a huge freaking nose." And of course, the audience just lost their shit because it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, just the timing of it, the delivery, it was perfect.
Kind of like when the guy says it's funny because it's true. You know what I mean?
Sheldon.
Oh, kind of like that. Dude, it's always funny because it's true. It's just
duh. Yes, but sometimes true becomes stereotypical.
Well, that's exactly it. It's actually the whole idea. Like, it's funny because it's true. It's funny because stereotypically you expect this to be a true statement.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not funny because it's true. It's funny because that's how you look at it, not because how it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I never got my D&D answer, by the way. We looked at dice, but we didn't actually talk about because I'm not joking about that shit. I'm excited about it.
I rolled a 20 on my deception check and fucking misdirected you right off into fucking nowhere land. That was your first D&D lesson for free. Fucking watch out for the.
And I appreciate that. I go by D&D rules, not advanced D&D, because I like to roll a shitload of dice to figure out if I farted. It's important.
I think the best thing that ever happened to the game is the newest edition.
No, the advanced D&D was the best fucking thing that ever happened. If no, there was even then the last version, the simplified version that came out, where everything was based off the D20 roll, was fucking wonderful. Why shouldn't it have been? It should have been that. That is the way things should have always been done.
Well, it's because Gary and Arnis, they just like math. Like,
no, they did like math. Although I will say that I learned more words playing D&D in middle school than I ever did going to school.
Oh yeah.
Encumbrance. Name a 12-year-old kid that knows what encumbrance is.
I'm a almost 35-year-old man who doesn't know what encumbrance is. What the fuck does that mean?
Well, same thing. How many grown men are doing percentile and percentages?
That was a legit question. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
Encumbrance, the amount of weight you're carrying. Yeah. How fast can you move with the weight attached to you?
So
that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, I'm 12 years old throwing out, like, because I had like 4 or 5 kids.
I'm never going to use that.
Nobody fucking loved it.
Well, not in real life, but in D&D.
Well, I mean, the argument being, like, if you were classic D&D, if you're playing a fucking character carrying plate mail, which is incredibly heavy, how far can you move before you can attack? Not very fucking far.
Can you attack as hard if you're carrying all that stuff?
Also that too, if you're swinging with a shitload of weight on your arms as well as a weapon that's heavy as hell, you'll cause a lot of damage, but you can't reach that fucking far.
Or one of my favorites is when there's 2 really different characters. One's like a super sneaky thief and the other one's like the tank with full plate and big clanky shit, and they're both trying to roll for sneak, and the one guy's got like a +12 modifier because that's his job, is to be the sneaky one, and the other guy's like -85 because he's wearing fucking plate armor and he's half stupid.
That's when you bring up the fabled 100 side die.
The old tortoise and the hare story.
I'm just saying it's a thing I think we would enjoy. I think we would enjoy it if we did that. I don't know who would run the campaign, but I think it would be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Matt's dungeon master by default.
Oh, I've been running games since I was 12.
Fuck.
Well, yeah, you're definitely the master by default. It's been a flat minute, and it was a brief minute.
I'm a total noob.
I enjoyed it. Not that I didn't enjoy it, that's for sure. But one thing I can say on a female perspective in that dorkdom, and now, you know, all these girls want to act like they're nerds and or gothic or whatever it is they are. And, you know, I had one girl come in wearing one of my son's friends come in wearing it was a bandana. She looked like she was going gangster style from the 90s. And she said she was goth. And I was like,
no.
Not unless there was a corset, everybody was uncomfortable and the music was terrible.
It was bad. It was bad. It was one of those nights I had to yell at a girl. But it had nothing to do with her style or anything like that. But it was just one of those weird nights. But yeah, so it's just weird what the new generation thinks something is compared to what it was then. And and maybe
that is actually a very, very true statement right there. The whole idea, like, because we have what used to be our youngest child, who is now turned into a second to middle child, super into the hippie shit. Like, when I say hippie shit,
tie-dye,
the tie-dye shit and fucking weird macrame all over the goddamn place and fucking strange ass fucking shirts that are too long on the front and short on the back and fucking just weird shit to me, at least. And she's like, "Have you ever heard Third Eye Blind?"
Oh my god,
it sucks. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not judging you for it. I'm just saying, like, those. What we looked at the time, it has changed.
Yes,
the interpretation
it does. It's ever changing, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Jesus. So, hold on.
Well, we're showing our age.
Oh, well, no, exactly. Actually, that's what this is. There was a moment where my wife and I had been drinking, but the kids were all over to eat. Right. So, I mean, like my youngest child is 3 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oldest kid's 25.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that. Totally. Yep. I have
there.
All right. There you go. So, before my youngest child was born, everybody is over. We were eating dinner and my wife had been drinking. So she was like, "This is the type of music we used to enjoy." And she throws on fucking Face to Face, No Effects, and a bunch of other shit. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And Abby, this would be the what at the time was the youngest child into the hippie shit, was like, "Oh no, we listen to this too. This is good stuff." And it was this whole thing where it was like getting her to understand that the shit that she was listening to and enjoying, like there was a conversation lasted at least an hour, trying to get her to understand or grasp that the shit she was listening to predated her.
Yeah.
Right.
Long range. Like, just an absurd amount of time. I don't think she ever got it. I think your boyfriend got it. She never understood it. She never grasped what I was saying because she kept trying to be like, "Well, why don't you play some
won't even go there with daughters and boyfriends. I only have one daughter that, and no.
I got two. The last one, the toddler.
Yeah.
I got to go through that shit again.
Oh, have fun.
No more.
But
no, the day
That's
I
what pisses
learned
me off.
that I don't
You're not allowed to punch a
actually
toddler.
my
They get
daughter.
angry.
You're not allowed to punch a toddler.
No, it doesn't. Nobody's happy at the end of
That's
that
like,
shit.
well, guess what? In Canada,
No, toddlers are still assholes here too.
Well, so my daughter is graduating this year.
oh boy.
Yeah.
It's
Congratulations, first of all.
Yeah, woo. Hey, you know what? Getting her there, that's sweet. You know, as I said, earlier we were all talking, I didn't graduate,
Right.
That kind of shit, and then fix that shit.
I mean, I went to college, but I did it after getting a GED and then a placement.
Right.
Yep. There you go. But our generation
Also, it
is
was
all
art
about
school,
that.
so I don't know
We're
if that
like,
counts as
look, if
college.
we can't finish it now, we can finish it later. We knew in education didn't matter how old you were.
Yeah.
I still know.
Yeah, well, no, absolutely. I mean, we learn no matter what. That's what I said. I'm here to learn and share and to be a part of the shenanigans. I'm actually excited about that kind of stuff and interviews and once I get more comfortable, I promise I have a lot to bring to the table over here on this coast.
Cannot wait.
But
why don't we go ahead and take a quick break?
Oh yeah, it's about that time.
I'm gonna need a refill and
break time.
Laboratory visit.
Yes, and I have to go all the way upstairs for this, so I'll be back.
All right. We'll be right.
The world looks mighty good to me, 'cause Tootsie Rolls are all I see. Whatever it is I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me. Tootsie Roll, how I want your chocolatey chew. Tootsie Roll, I think I'm in love with you. Whatever it is I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me.
Nightmare, the game hosted by a video.
I am the gatekeeper!
To win, you must stop it.
Roll the dice!
The video board game Nightmare. The gatekeeper talks to you.
Whose turn is it next?
And you must answer him.
Answer me! Yes, my gatekeeper. Go for it!
Nightmare, a race against time for 3 to 6 very game players.
Let's party!
All right. We're back after quite a lengthy break. But Matt is our history guy and obviously our D&D guy. Craig, Jason, myself, we're all horror guys. I like my wrestling, food talks, and
Cartoons.
Craig likes his toys and cartoons. Jason does his artwork and everything. Carrie, what do you bring?
What do I bring? What do I bring? Well, I bring the feminine mystique. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you do. You really do.
It's an overblown way to put it, but it is not wrong.
Yeah.
I promise. Here's one thing I can say. I promise I don't just bring boobs.
Okay. All right.
Oh, those
All right.
Radical.
We'll go there. I don't.
Yeah, I
just
got
bring
them.
I got them.
Well, I'm the oldest in my family, is child in my family. A lot of kids. I won't lie. Like between steps and all of that,
Yeah.
I have like oldest of 18 kids.
Hey.
Way to go, that guy. Seriously.
Oh, my father. Okay, here's a deep story of me. Here's something I really bring. My great ancestor was the true originator of the Lutheran religion. His name is John Huss, and he was burnt at the stake.
Oh, wow.
And I don't really incorporate myself too much with the Huss family. I do like the history, however. It's pretty freaking cool. So if you go look it up, it's actually pretty neat. He was the first person to actually read the scripts, all of that stuff. But he was a witch, even though obviously that's not really the witchy side. Whatever.
Right.
Other than that, I come from the west side of the country, so I have other bands, other sides of music that other people can see, just like you guys have been sharing with me some stuff that I haven't seen before, which is really cool.
Yeah.
One thing I can say, and then I've already said it to you guys, I want to make sure I say it to everybody, is that if I have questions, I have no problem asking. I have no problem with anybody saying, hey, this is how it actually is. Even if I'm wrong, it's okay. I will say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I can bring that
relatively rare quality.
Yeah.
It is rare quality.
Especially in this day and age.
Yeah, there's no humility anymore. People just
no. And it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to learn something new. I love horror. I am a horror fiend. If I haven't seen it, I will watch it. You give me a thing. Like I said, you guys give me a some homework, and I will definitely.
children shouldn't play with dead things.
Stop that.
Don't listen to Craig. Don't listen to Craig.
Children shouldn't listen to Craig.
Go back to Craig and I agree on something. That's what you listen to.
Obviously movies, but yeah, everything, movies, music. As far as music goes, I actually listen to a very wide variety of music.
Oh yeah.
If it has a really fat beat, I can really, really, really feel it in my soul, and I just love it. We have this thing well, I don't live over there now. We're still in Washington, but over in Seattle, they have the laser light shows. And you get to just like lay on the ground and have the music pumping out of speakers that are as tall as our ceilings all at you while they do laser lights on the ceiling. And that was like one of my favorite things growing up. Obviously Star Wars, 80s, 90s, only a little in the 2000s, very little in the 2000s.
We don't really go that far into stuff.
Yeah, I figured.
But it depends on the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the conversation. And there are some movies that still excite me from time to time.
Same here, but I love my old shit.
I love my old shit. It's the go-to. Fifth Element will always be my absolute fucking soul-binding movies.
Love that.
So do you guys have any questions for me?
Where were you on the night of February 53rd?
You heard him.
Don't tell no lie.
I think you kindly stay out of my personal affairs. I'm a Sagittarius, and I like long walks in the park. And no, just kidding.
That was actually
only if I have my axe. I live on a fat property that if somebody ever wanted to actually record a movie out here, it'd be sweet.
Greg's house.
Yeah, for real.
That place is begging for a fucking horror movie.
Yeah. I got a fat old creepy barn, and the fog rolls in, especially with the snow and this. I get a lot of snow.
Yeah.
I live in the mountains. I'm a mountain girl. We're
mountains are fun.
Here. Other than that, I'm almost like a homesteader, to be honest. At this point, I lived in the city most of my life, and I didn't want to deal with all the hustle and bustle anymore. And I decided I wanted to raise animals and food and
doing it right,
grow and cook, and like enjoy the middle of nowhere. I do city stuff, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I don't miss the energy, like the bad energies. I don't miss the bad energies.
I fucking hate.
Yeah.
Hate Atlanta. Don't get me wrong. It's great that there are so many bands that come through. Like, dude, I've seen some fucking great shows here. I've seen some wonderful shows here. I've met some awesome fucking people. But it's Atlanta.
Yeah.
That fucking sucks. Like, there's nothing about it. Like, everybody's like, oh, I want to go to Atlanta because there's a place where you can see somebody you want to see, but like the actual surroundings is fucking terrible.
Right? It's like going to Spokane. I don't like, now I live near Spokane instead of Seattle, and it's a completely different city experience, mind you, but we call it Spokompton.
Like there was, Atlanta back in the day, I'm assuming that like anybody here has heard about the Masquerade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah.
Great venue. This is a place where you can see anybody.
Yeah.
And it was like prior to the Olympics in '96, you had to go through a place called Techwood to get there.
Right.
Techwood was fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Right. Like it wasn't. What's a good way to put this? It was not a bad place. Nobody there, like there was nothing about it.
Let's go to what's the one with Chevy Chase when they end up in the ghetto with their car?
That's the first vacation movie.
Yeah, no, it was about like
East
that.
St. Louis.
Here's what's fucked up about Techwood, though. At the time, if you weren't there in a fucking leather jacket with like an exploited patch and fucking subhumans somewhere on your, like it was not a safe place for you to be.
It wasn't a place to be. No, there's places in Washington like that too. I get it.
And that was downtown Atlanta at the time. Now, granted, it wasn't. I'm trying to think of a good way to put this. It wasn't what you would expect it to be. It wasn't what fucking white suburbia thought it was.
Yeah.
But it was still a place that could be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you had to go through it in order to get to the Masquerade. That's just the way shit was. And then the Olympics came through. They changed everything. They completely gentrified Techwood and turned it into this, I would actually say, a worse version of what it was.
Yeah.
Which sounds weird, right?
I'll tell you this. No. The Olympics will do this. I lived in Korea for the 88, 89 Olympics.
It fucks everything up.
It fucks it, even in another country. I lived in another country and it fucked everything up.
Because the city has to pay to host the Olympics.
Oh yes, and they make that money on residuals.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it wasn't just it was like it was paying. Like there was from what I understood,
selling your soul. You're literally selling your soul.
Yeah, no, that's what
they did. Like, it's an absurd amount of money.
City.
Yeah. No, they do. They change it. They call it Olympic City when they do it. They literally build up these giant ass things.
Yeah.
And then just abandon them.
There was a place. All right, so there was Underground Atlanta, which was the last place you could find Turtles music and Wax and Facts. There was a place you could buy records.
Yeah.
They got rid of them. They got rid of them so that they could make sure that Underground Atlanta was a nice place to be. Underground Atlanta was not a good place to be leading up to that.
But there was stuff that was important. You know what I'm saying? There was things that are important, even if it's not so savory.
Right.
And that's the best way to put it. It was stuff that was important. Like, I mean, there was a place downtown Atlanta called Little Five Points. In order to go there in the 90s, you had to go in a group so that you made sure there was enough of you to defend.
Survive.
I guess I don't know, defend. I don't know if that's right.
So all of you, I'm sure, have heard of Pike Place Market, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Seattle, Rio World.
Okay,
They threw the fish. Like that is one of the most famous things in Seattle, right? And in order to get to that, you got to go through Crackhead Alley, and then of course during all of the insanity that all the riots and all the shit that just recently went on, we had a whole giant part of Seattle actually just taken over, like by people doing their thing. There was some bad stuff. I won't get into all that because we ain't going there, but people took it over and it was called the sanctuary spot, but there was a lot of bad goings on, just like with any tent city we've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, I've been the homeless. I've been there. I've done that. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a point where some people, and I've seen it, choose to do it. And there's some people who are just put in a bad situation.
Yeah.
There are two sides of that. There are two big sides of that.
100%.
But
And the people who choose to do
Seattle,
it, I respect the hell
I
out of it.
never expect my state to be the one to like actually take over the. It was actually the city hall. We took over the hall in Seattle, isn't it? Like I like I said, I'd never thought in my entire life I'd see something like that.
And I don't know.
No, it's brutal. Like I said, the
Kind of
world
stuff was always
the world
confused
going
me.
on
Like,
meltdown, and I just want things to go back to normal and us to
Right.
all be able to play in our own fields. You know what I'm saying?
seriously, like, we're all human.
And we all
We
believe
all do
different
stupid shit
things, and
once
we
in a
all have
while.
different backgrounds, different pasts, different everything. Let's just, in lack of a better word, hey guys, hey, can't we all just get along?
Exactly.
Sorry.
Everybody needs to smoke
Can't
a
we all
joint.
just
That's
get
what
along?
they need to do. Everybody needs to smoke a joint. There'll be world peace for at least 2 hours.
Yeah. So whenever you guys are, because I'm still in early in my evening. So whenever you guys are ready to be done, I can always do whatever. Sorry, we can edit this out or whatever later.
I keep forgetting this is way earlier for you.
Oh, way earlier for me. You guys don't even know when you said this time. Like, I got fucking 8 o'clock. Shit.
Matt.
And again, my family is very understanding of all this. I just went through some major stuff, and they're like, "Terry, do what you want."
Yeah.
But you did so, Matt. Seriously, D&D. I know I keep going back to that. I seriously want to. I want to so bad. I got so super excited knowing that it was something that could happen.
Terry's taking a time out. I'll be right back.
So during the fucking when the coronavirus shit first kicked off and Wizards decided to partner and create this whole online version of D&D, right? Yeah. I got involved in it. Like I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And we played like 2 games and never came back to it. But the point of the matter is, there's still a need for it. Yeah. If it's something you were into, I am 100% down for it. I will make a character now. I have a dice simulator on my phone. All I have to do is hit the button and it fucking rolls. I want to do this. I really want to play some fucking D&D.
Yeah.
43 years old, man. My make me happy have not changed. Legos and fucking D&D.
Nope. You heard the dad. We gotta.
That is really fucked up, by the way. I've never been the oldest person in any group.
Well, there you are. But Matt, you got anything fun going on coming up?
I'm back.
Show some love for the team, maybe.
Yeah, we're playing on Sunday. We had a tough loss this one.
Oh man.
We didn't get a practice after the Christmas break, so came in a little heavy.
That'll do it. Had some rust he had to shake off.
But. Yeah, still kept it close. Wasn't a blowout. It'll be a good tier or a good round. But we found out today that we're also, out of all the teams, we're the only one that made it this far. So we won. In St. Albert, I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
And
still pretty good. Awesome.
Yeah, and volleyball's like 11 months away. So
right. So what are you coaching right now?
Soccer.
Okay.
Soccer.
Indoor.
Soccer.
Indoor soccer.
I'm in Canada.
And this is your
indoor?
Yeah. It's winter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've got a lot of snow where I'm at too, so we only do it in the spring.
Matt's in a tundra.
Like Matt, you're a teacher, right? Like that is
8 feet of snow outside.
Matt's -10 today.
Ooh.
That's Celsius.
We've had some warm weather lately.
Still, it's
actually been in the 40s, and that's like shorts now.
Oh.
It's nicer
Wouldn't
than
you
it's
agree,
been.
Matt? Wouldn't you agree? Once you hit 40s, you're like, hey, let's put on some shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes, not in this winter though. Not outside. Makes my
No,
bones
like
ache.
we were in the negatives like a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh, but next week it's gonna be this warm. So shit, it like literally I said it's gonna be this warm, not.
No, it feels like being in the South.
Oof.
Yeah,
The South,
Christmas,
you can't predict anything.
the weekend of Christmas, it was like so fucking cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the first time in like fucking 10 years.
And
Like there is no fucking way to predict what the fuck is going to happen down here.
I'm talking highs of like 25 degrees Fahrenheit in Charleston, South Carolina.
Exactly. No, okay. So all right. In the last 3 Christmases leading up to this one, I was running an air conditioner in my house.
That's what I'm saying.
That like this time
my
I
sister,
was like fucking trying to burn anything in the house to create some heat to get us through it.
Pretty much, yeah. All the space heaters were on, or fucking electric bills ridiculously high.
I call
I'll
it an
never run
Earth
an air
cycle.
conditioner during these months.
No, why would you? You shouldn't have to.
Cycle.
Never,
Earth goes through weird ass cycles, and we've been through ice ages, we've been through hot times, we've been through a lot of shit.
Here's the thing. Christmas Eve. Well, yeah, Christmas Eve. It's like 20 degrees during the day in Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Wind chill of like 7. Okay.
Yeah, we were like -12 or something.
A week later, 1 week on New Year's Eve, 70 degrees.
It's fucking bizarre, right? There's no reason that shit should happen. You shouldn't have.
Okay, Washington will never have that. No matter where you live in Washington, you will never have that time.
Within a week.
No,
50
Washington,
degrees.
Georgia, though. Georgia, we literally, I mean, like you always heard, I guarantee everybody here has heard this. If you don't like the weather, stick around for a minute.
That's what it is.
Everybody here has heard that, right?
That's South Carolina.
That's Washington.
In Georgia, the Southeast in particular, which I would think would apply to Craig and James as well. It's literally like one day it's fucking 7 degrees total with a -10 fucking wind chill.
Yep.
Like it's fucking freezing. The next day it is literally 52.
Yeah.
But when the sun hits your house, it's gonna heat up to fucking 78.
Yep.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like
now, Washington is split into 3 different sections. So the West Coast is very much like a coast. You get very coastal weather.
You have the volcanic area.
Yep. And then the middle, however, is a desert, like 100% fucking desert.
Weird.
Wow.
Wouldn't think about it.
Scorpions, rattlesnakes, 100%, all of that. Now, where I live, we're in the mountains.
Right.
So we get a lot of snow and all of that. Like Washington, if you look it up, it actually has every single sort of landmass you can have in one place. We have peninsulas, we have volcanoes, we have Arctic tundra, we have rainforests. We are the most diverse state that you could possibly live in.
Yeah, we got like a mountain and one fucking levee.
Yeah, we have volcanoes, like literally volcanoes for fuck's sake. Like
we have an ocean.
Yep.
No,
yeah, it's insane.
actually,
it's
you guys are fucking terrible.
Our ocean sucks. The Atlantic is a shit ocean, dude.
It is an uncomfortable place to be. Like,
okay,
down there, like it's gonna be perfect weather. Don't go in the water.
But you guys have it kind of the same way we do. Like up north, the Pacific isn't that great.
Well,
it's not fun to play in. I lived on city shores. It is not fun. It's rainy. You get hail balls the size.
Yeah. Over fucking riptides.
Oh, yeah. No. The coastal shit. No, yeah. But the further down you travel, the better it is. Like if you go to Florida.
All right. So if you
Florida.
From fucking, all right. So if you go from Pennsylvania to South Carolina down to Georgia, you're actually following. What's the best way to put it? When you get down to Georgia, First off, it's all rock. Bad
Yeah.
rock, by the way,
Yeah.
as far as the coast goes. And when I say bad rock, I mean literally rock that will disintegrate from underneath you while you stand upon it.
Yeah.
You go with it, and as you float in the ocean, all you will think is, man, they knew what they were doing when they created Atlanta. The further you fucking go, you eventually find your way to Florida. Florida is not natural. None of Florida is fucking natural. It's all swampland.
Yep.
And fucking imported.
Washington is swampland too. We can grow cranberries here. Like a lot of your ocean fresh shit comes from here.
So that specifically, right? If you go, so North and South Carolina, actually, they have good beach land, but you can't go there if there's a storm. And when I say storm, I don't mean fucking bad storm. I mean, you
can't go there when it rains.
You can't go there.
Yeah,
it's gonna fuck everything up.
Because first of all, downtown's gonna be flooded, so you can't fucking drive.
Oh no, it absolutely would. Add to the fact that like
here is built on a fucking wetland. Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
Dude,
my house, the house
below
sea is sitting on a fucking floodplain.
Yeah.
And this is 35 fucking years.
And then they wonder why everything is like growing like this. All the roads are doing this and that. It's like,
they built around the ship that was already flooded. Like that's the reason there's so many goddamn curves when you go to the southeast. They were just hoping. This one, when we built this ship, this is how it was. Well, now it's flooded out. That's cool. Use the new road. We built
you guys know Bill Nye the Science Guy?
Love Bill Nye.
He did a lot of his shit out of my areas.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Bill Nye story, by the way, this is a weird one, but the Fukushima disaster, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So my wife and I were literally, it was like 2:00 in the morning. She had just gotten off work. She was a bartender at Joe's Crab Shack. She came home. I stayed awake and waited for her to come home. And we're watching Fox News because that's what was on. Actually, we were playing Mancala. That's what was on in the background. And all of a sudden, this fucking special report comes on, like, Fukushima has just melted down.
Oh, wow.
And then the screen blacked out. And they came back on and they were like, Fukushima did not melt down. It was a partial meltdown. Here to explain is Bill Nye. Bill Nye comes on and he's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Either it melted down or it fucking didn't.
Right.
Science was science and not like theoretical science. Like
his whole application, like they got him on Fox News because they expected that he was going to be like, yeah, it was a partial meltdown, but that's not what he said. So once again, it blacks out. It comes back on 10 minutes later. Bill Nye is not there. Instead, fucking dude from fucking, I can't remember the show that he was on, but he's not on Fox News anymore because he made a Skittles analogy.
No.
This dude comes on and he's like, it was a partial meltdown. Bill Nye is nowhere to be found. But the point of the matter is, Bill Nye pops on long enough to be like, dude, either it melted down or it didn't. Which is like a whole fucking debate in a nutshell. And then they get this guy coming back on being like, all right, look here. These Skittles were inside the meltdown zone. Everybody's cool. It was the funniest fucking report I've ever seen in my life because even like at the time, all I could think was like, well, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Followed by, why isn't Bill fucking Nye on there? He's the science guy. He knows what he's talking about.
Because it's just an actor. No, this is the fucked up part. Bill Nye is just a fucking actor, dude. He's no science guy at all.
They had him on there to try and support what they were saying and he didn't do it because
I know. No, I know.
It fucking melted down or it did not.
I do believe that Bill Nye at some point does have some factual science and he does teach us a lot, but he really is just an actor and it's sad.
Oh no, he is. He's got a bachelor's in fucking biology, I think.
Yeah.
I prefer Beekman.
I think.
Oh no, love some fucking Beekman. Give me some Beekman. I'm just saying, Bill Nye like had a bachelor's in fucking something that didn't even apply to this, which is why Fox News had him on. To say it wasn't a meltdown, fucking was. Like Fukushima was a fucking full-on meltdown.
No. See, well, we could always blame media for getting us blown out of proportion for many things.
Well, saying
true.
something only partially melted down, like a nuclear reactor partially melted down.
No.
That's like saying you're a little bit pregnant.
Okay, you guys can cut this out later. It's like the new commercials for the HIV pills where they're like, it's undetectable. Well, does undetectable mean that I can't get it? Because I don't know.
They actually do say at like in there, if you read the fine print, it says undetectable means untransmissible.
But I'm sorry. Look at every single horror movie or fucked up thing we've ever fucking watched.
Yep.
Sorry. Like when they said that people were eating people's faces off in Florida, I said, oh my God, that's how zombies start.
I
have seen that movie. That is how zombies start. But it's also how fucking a glorious approach to ice without being actual meth. Way to go back. Yeah. I mean, like if there's
oh my God.
I'm just saying, every time zombie starts, it starts in the medical lab, somebody escapes, and then somebody's face gets eaten off, and then we're like, boom.
I don't know. I'm too dumb for all that.
I mean, that's literally every zombie movie.
Oh yeah, you're not wrong. But I don't know. That stuff's well beyond my expertise. So I just watch the world go around, and
there was
I very much watch the world go around, and I'm glad I live in the middle of nowhere for it. Thank you.
How many people here had a MySpace page?
I did
not.
I don't know the password to save my life. Thank you.
There was a quiz going around back in the day, and it was whether or not you would survive a zombie apocalypse. I fucking failed. Every time I took it. And all I have to say is they were incorrect about the questions they asked. I have a plan, for fuck's sake.
At my point right now, other than building a fortress wall around my 33 acres, I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, good. We all need to start somewhere.
Well, and guess what, guys? If you can make it up here, total Walking Dead situation. If you guys can make it up here, you are welcome to come.
That's a long drive.
Here's my question. Hear me out on this. This is important. So zombie apocalypse. My first thing was to go grab goalie gear and just run to the fucking bike through goalie gear. And then the thought occurred to me.
Yeah.
No, seriously. So you have.
You're not getting bit here. You're not getting tying magazines around your arms and shit, right?
Here's the question: what kind of fucking dentist do you have that allows you to bite through denim? You're fucking dead for 40 years. You crab back out of the ground and you can bite through jeans? No, you fucking can't. Fuck off.
Also, how far do we go before the dead start actually deteriorating and not being able to do something anymore?
Fun fact, though, Jason.
Exactly that.
Fun fact, though. With a fresh corpse, I could see that being possible because the human body has strength to bite your finger off. You can bite your own finger.
No. Bite your finger, rip your ear off. There's a lot of things you can do. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, but
your pain sensors stop you from doing that.
Right.
But like,
your pain
if you're a fresh,
that's fine. You have no pain sensors. All you have is strength and anger.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying if you were to bite, but I'm saying say I put my finger in your mouth, you could very easily just bite the fucking thing off if you wanted to.
The same amount of pressure it takes to bite a carrot in half. That is
exactly
true. But I will say
so. Given that, if say it's a fresh
means double that shit up and bite it.
Oh my God! But I'm just saying though. I can see it being possible.
My only argument. This is, by the way, this all came from debating somebody about The Walking Dead online. That's where this comes from. This is not your fault. This is because I have residual anger. You take a pair of jeans take a denim jacket, take a fucking Lee denim jacket from the fucking 80s that has literally been sitting in a mothball, fucking encased suitcase for fucking 20 years. Pull that motherfucker out, double it, and bite it. But you cannot. I don't care how angry you are. I don't care how mad you are. I don't care whether or not you're on painkillers that stop it.
I don't know how close you got any of you guys are really to the Mexican border.
None of us are.
They still buy old denim
Zombies
jeans
can.
in Mexico, mind you.
Fuck around, Jason.
Zombies can because it's the fucking script.
Jason's waiting for him to say something.
But wait, Jason, here's the thing with that.
Don't even underestimate him.
They're not biting. They're not biting through doubled up denim.
Not every time. Let's so be fair.
No time that I've ever seen.
Let's say that they are just getting through shirts or a neck.
I have an amazing theory.
But if they're biting through denim, it's usually squeezed up against the leg, and it's not doubled up because they're literally
All right, James, there's your leg right there. Bite it, goddammit. I guarantee
I can't bite my own leg.
It's not fucking happening. Like, don't be wrong.
It's not doubled up, is all I'm saying.
All right, well, something like a factual statement. You can actually cause your jaw is strong enough that it can cause your teeth to crush against each other.
I know.
Right? The muscles here are capable of making you grind your own teeth to dust.
Yeah.
But your teeth will grind to dust before you can get through some fucking jeans.
Especially if your material
unless you have a tooth
down.
Your teeth are all
we gotta go up
There's
north.
only one way to find out.
The further north you go, the colder it is. Dead tissue does not work in the cold.
Bro.
It doesn't. I don't care who you are.
Matt, we're coming to Canada if there's ever a zombie outbreak.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dead tissue.
Matt, if there's ever a zombie outbreak, just fucking wear a Canadian tuxedo. You'll be okay, buddy. You'll be okay. Your entire family will be okay. It'll be a bunch of Americans wondering why they can't bite through fucking jeans.
Why was that an argument? Like, what the fuck?
I'm sorry. It was a bad argument. It made me
I know exactly why. I know exactly why that was an argument. Because it's 1:30 in the fucking morning.
Dude, this is the best episode ever.
The conversation that spurred this was literally an hour and a half of posting, followed by me literally calling somebody in a different goddamn country to explain why it doesn't make sense to me.
But remember, also, it is cold in Canada, and dead tissue does not like cold. You got denim, you got cold.
Oh, no, so you're biting through denim and flannel. I stand by my argument.
Not just flannel. Dead tissue does not work in the cold. It doesn't.
All right, so...
Still wouldn't risk it. Wear fucking leather.
Hold on.
No, God.
All right, so if you take the average pair of khakis, right?
You guys are killing me.
Khakis?
Seriously, hear me out on this. A super dense material, you don't think of it as dense because why the fuck would you ever bite through it otherwise? That would never be
fucking bite through a pair of khakis. Easy.
You can bite through a pair of, no, you can bite through a pair of, no, you can bite through some dress pants. You bite through some fucking cargos. You couldn't do it. There's no way you're biting through some fucking head. It's not happening.
Get zombie superpowers, fucking bam.
Fucking pajamas.
Shit, I eat two pairs of fucking khakis.
This has gone clown shoes. We've hit clown shoes. Oh yeah, I think we did.
I seen on TV that it has to be leather. That's it.
Yes.
That's plot armor. That's why.
Oh, wait, there you go. They are the proper plot armor. That's what they are. These are plot armor thickness denim.
Oh my God.
This denim is exactly as thick as a poster. 100%, like you are.
It's all fucking worn out,
even in
man.
warm weather.
Oh my
zombie
god.
apocalypse. It's not like they're washing it and fucking repairing it all the time.
No, it's in fact, they're not changing it at all.
What if there's a hole in your
Right
pants
through a
already?
fucking
By
sore
the way,
ass pair
once
of
again,
jeans.
in order
Bam,
to
bam.
put this in perspective,
Take a shower yet?
to put this in perspective,
Sorry, being a mom.
it's all coming from fucking Walking Dead. That's where this is all coming from. Okay, so the argument actually, and bear in mind, like I own all the comic books. Like I've read the comic books. There's a different story than the actual show. But even the comic books never actually applied to it, because anytime you saw a drawing, it was somebody biting through some shit that they could not bite through.
They're fucking powerful.
Doesn't matter how
You're
much
super.
bite your teeth would give before the material gave.
You know what though? I hate it when our mortal minds break through the damn not mortal, you know.
I call it the bubble of fiction. The bubble of fiction.
Yeah,
You do not want
because
to
we want
the
to think
bubble of fiction.
logically, damn it. We
An
want to think
ability to
logically.
suspend
And
disbelief.
cartoons
Yeah.
aren't damn logic.
What's the reason
Okay.
why the fucking like the first three versions, like the original Star Wars, what I would call the original Star Wars now, but the initial release of Star Wars.
Hour 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, there you go. we had an agreement with the people making the movie. We would not acknowledge that Yoda was a puppet.
Right.
Oh,
Provided they would do their best to make sure Yoda didn't look like a puppet.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was like the whole argument. It was legitimately like, we will accept what you give us as long as you try.
As long as he's a backpack, I don't give a fuck.
Well, no, even then, like if you look at Luke training on fucking Dagobah, like there's legitimately, like when you watch that again right now, it's fucking hilarious.
No, God, it's great. I fucking love it. Doing fucking
back.
flips and shit with this little green backpack.
I got this stupid, you know, I went and got Disney Plus because, you know, I'm nostalgic, duh. And watching all of the Star Wars shit in a full-on order, and then going to that from this to the, I'm like, it is so funny. No wonder as a child I absolutely fucking loved this.
But that's the point, right? That's actually the
Absolutely
point.
fucking loved this.
If you look at what we grew up on, like I remember the first movie I remember seeing in theaters was Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
That was the first movie I recall seeing on a big screen.
Oh no, for me it was The Fly. No offense, but yeah.
The second one was it was actually Starfighter.
And before
fucking
time.
Last Starfighter was the second one. But
Power Good Burger.
Good Burger.
Good Burger. Welcome to Good Burger.
It was either that or it's like
Woo!
earliest, as far as like earliest memories of movies that I remember seeing in theaters, it was either Good
Oh
Burger.
no,
or
sorry,
Power-
not
or
theater,
Power Rangers.
drive-in theater for me.
Never
sorry.
been to a drive-in theater, so.
Oh god,
I
my,
saw 9
I
to 5.
made one
I
in my
saw
yard,
fucking 9 to
dude.
5 in a drive-in theater.
Dudes,
Well,
I
they
made
more
one in
time
my
in driving.
yard.
My first
That's
movie.
fucking awesome.
That was, by the way, when they used to do the fucking when they used to do 2 movies per payment. So
Double
there was
feature,
another
yeah.
movie
Oh, I
too,
love
and don't
that.
remember
Double
what it was.
features. Ooh,
Yeah,
double
they
features.
do a double feature. You'd pay for the main event, but there would be a secondary.
Yes.
I remember seeing 9 to 5, and that was what I was able to stay awake through. I was a little kid.
Oh, Texas.
So
Oh,
the
my goodness.
second movie I do not recall, but I'm sure it's
Best
something.
Little Whorehouse in Texas is my fucking one of my all-time
Oh,
favorites.
Best Little
Oh
Whorehouse
my
in
god.
Texas is a great fucking movie.
Yes. Yes. Burt Reynolds,
Fucking
Dolly
Dolly Parton,
Parton. Fuck yeah.
Every time I hear those two names together, I think of Cheech and Chong still smoking.
Oh yes. Yes. Burt and Dolly.
Which, by the way, Cheech and
Fuck
Chong, Up in Smoke.
Yeah.
Yes.
The fucking the song that they ended up playing at the Battle of the Bands.
Yeah.
Was, I would argue, for me at least, my intro to possible punk rock.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
understand
Yeah,
that.
no,
saw that movie before I
Break
ever
my
did
eye.
anything
the way
else.
they dressed, the way everything about that show was fucking punk rock. 100%. 100%.
Does Cheech Bear run across with his little tutu?
The best part
Fuck
was
yeah.
that song.
Mama talking to me, trying to tell me how to live.
Listen to her because my brain is like, shit. Yeah, great.
First time I heard that song was Korn's cover of it.
Yes,
oh my God, Korn covers that?
So,
Yeah.
it's the hidden track on Follow the Leader.
Hidden Tracks, Korn and Hidden Tracks. Thank you.
It's the hidden track on Follow the Leader.
Oh,
The fact that they were like, you know what we need to do?
We need to put we need to 13.
Everybody involved was like, we should make this happen. And they
and Cheech gets vocal.
No, when
Cheech
Korn decided to make a CD where you had to wait 13 times in, or God, I want to say 13 times
13
in,
tracks
to hear
of
the freaking
sound.
first song. Dude, that was actually epic. I'm sorry. I will always be a Korn fan. I will always be a Korn fan.
After Issues, I kind of fell off, but
no, there was a few where like they really went.
No, I just completely
but
fell
I own
off.
them all
like,
because I am a fan. You know how that goes?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
All right, so Freak on a Leash, right?
Yeah.
That particular song during MTV's, I would actually argue its heyday, even though there was a lot that it was a precursor to it. The thing that made it what it was Freak on a Leash. Todd McFarlane did the animation behind it.
Yeah.
Oh, right? That's sweet. That I didn't even honestly know that, but that is fucking
and
sweet.
It is fucking amazing. What's crazy, if you look at the Spawn artwork, or even if you go back through his Marvel work, you can see, you understand it. The fact is,
you actually, like, now that I know that, I can fucking totally see that.
It, right? Like, you see even the cover of the album with the fucking hopscotch pattern.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely, absolutely. And that was like,
see it.
You know, like I've been with Korn since the beginning because I'm here on the West Coast, whatever.
Right.
But because I was a runaway child, so I was up and down the coast, all over the place. So I was there for all of that. I also watched a little bit of the rap scene come out, which was weird because I went down there and they're like, "Oh, you're from here," and I'm like, "Well, you know, we have Sir Mix-a-Lot." We have Sir Mix-a-Lot, but one we do have that will always be named to fame is Jimi Hendrix. I've actually been to that man's grave. All of my husband's family is buried in the same cemetery. So anytime we go to visit, I get to actually go visit Jimi Hendrix too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, kind of nice.
Aren't Bruce and Brandon Lee buried there too?
Huh?
Bruce and Brandon Lee, aren't they buried in that cemetery?
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
But
so yeah, we have and of course, you know, I grew up in Olympia. I went to the same high school as Courtney Love. I'm not a fan of Courtney Love. I will always as far as I am concerned, she had him killed because she didn't like his
go on
fame
record
over
right
hers.
now. I'm going to go on record. First time I've ever said this on this show. Fuck Courtney Love.
But I also went to school in Olympia, like one of her songs, and had my own run-ins and this and that with things. So, you know, like I said, eventually, as I get more comfortable with the group, I will share more of my life and more things. And I hope that this is one thing I really want to impress upon everybody, that this is not a place that's going to change just because I'm here and I'm a chick.
Right. And we wouldn't allow
no way you could if you tried. It wouldn't make a difference.
No. I don't want to change it. Like, as I've already been vocal about, when I first, like, my first interactions with everything was with Dadmented on just the memes. And I've been sharing and loving.
There you go, Craig.
You know, fully on top of that. And I feel like Craig and I have been friends, like actual friends from the get-go. I feel like we've connected on a major level.
Oh, that's actually the goal.
I also feel honestly honored that you guys like actually invited me onto this. This is like fucking awesome to me.
Yeah.
I mean, even if we're just sitting and bullshitting and doing something, I'm glad to learn something.
That's a lot of what we do, to be honest with you.
People,
Yep.
yeah, like this is a great experience, a life experience for me.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
From just a random, this is we haven't talked about this, but I think it's important. Matt, when are we going to play D&D?
One day.
I'm not joking. I think it would be so fucking fun. Like we can't
day.
We can't call it that. We'll call it fucking G&D. It doesn't matter. We will call it something else.
Actually, let's just make it all of our initials.
Could do that. We'll run that way.
Let's just make it all of our initials and with an in between. This and this, this and
That's a
this.
lot of consonants.
Well, you know, like if we're just going in alphabetical order, we have a couple of letters that are the same.
And none of them are vowels.
No.
Regardless of whether or not anybody enjoyed watching it, I would enjoy doing it, and that's why I want to do it.
And we will, Jason.
I think there are 3 other people who have never actually done it, but there are 2 of us that are aware of why it's fun. Like why it is what it is. I would 100% be down for that. Fuck, I would DM if necessary. I don't care. It just needs to happen.
So I'm down for it here, but even if it can't be done here, why don't we make something that isn't here?
We will.
And we just like do something. I mean, I don't have all the shit. I don't even claim to have all the shit.
You wouldn't have to. All you have to do is go to the App Store and download the emulator to roll the dice.
Yeah.
Which I already have.
Literally, the only thing I probably have laying around my house is as many dodecahedron because my daughter is actually into D&D. So, you know.
Jesus, there you go. You have extended relatives that are into that shit.
I do, and actually I have a lady in town that would be willing to do a night even.
The newest version of it is a D20 base. It's literally all you need is an emulator. This is something that can be done, and I think it would be a blast to do.
Jeebus.
All right. So it is 1:45 in the morning on the East Coast of the United States of America.
Okay, so I need to tell you guys, we are fine. Just about, okay, I'm not trying to deal with you guys at my 6 a.m. But like I said, from 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. start time, my time, I'm down.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that's perfectly fine because that's comfortable for us.
I'm a night owl. I heard on one of the shows you said it's not the next day until you go to sleep and wake up. And I feel that.
As an insomniac, I have to live that way.
No. Been here, done that. Thank you. So night workers.
Oh no, it's full blown insomnia at this point.
Yeah.
So that actually brought something up, the night workers thing. How many people here have been third shift workers?
Oh yeah.
Done overnights.
I don't know.
Almost exclusively my entire adult life.
I used to be at 9 o'clock at night until 7 o'clock the next morning was my night shift.
I used to do, I think
7 to 7. Maybe.
I've done casino for it. I've done 12s. I've done many 12-hour shifts on the night shift.
12-hour overnights.
I'm a night shift person.
10 to 11 hours were the most that I would go. I would not go a period to period.
I used to powder coat things. Like your satellite dishes and all the parts that go to it, I powder coated that shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
I've done just about everything.
I've done a lot of different random ass things because you know, I'm weird and I just don't fit into the regular world and I really just don't like.
That's why I'm a cook.
It is a fun like it changes everything. If you do it for more than a year, like you are literally like your world changes.
Yeah.
I still even when the art shit I do is overnight.
Yeah.
It's literally like that's how I'm
really the only time you have peace.
It's the only time it's also how my brain works now. Like it literally fucked me up. It changed my entire everything. Like,
Yeah.
No, once you become that person, you are that person. I've been the graveyard person in my house. I clean better at night. I get everything ready at night. Now, when pandemic happened, fuck, man, I had to be mom, cleaner, teacher, fucking everything, man.
Yeah.
It was brutal. I was already doing everything, and then there was everything added.
Crazy times we live in. But
Woo.
all right, Matt.
All right.
Thank you for joining us today, brother. We've missed you so much.
Yes, we have.
And
Get one of
we
these.
can't wait to do more.
Enjoy that. One more.
And Terry, officially welcome to the Geek.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here, and I hope I don't disappoint.
Oh, no, I think you fit in just fine.
Yeah, the
All
bar
right.
was low.
No, as I asked, okay, and I hope you guys see this. This will be the last thing I add to this conversation tonight. I hope you guys noticed. Did the female understand the assignment?
Absolutely. 100%.
Sorry, I wasn't
and in the
trying to
word,
read above. I wasn't trying to read above, but I saw it and I wasn't offended. So I love you guys. You have a good night.
Yeah.
Before we sign off, in the words of Otis Driftwood,
Nah.
we set our standards pretty low, so we're never disappointed. So, it's great talking to you guys.
Yep.
It was great.
Thank you for watching.
Great time as always.
We will see you guys next time.
I can't wait to be great friends.
Introducing Doritos Pizza Cravers with great Pizza Hut flavor. Do we get cable?
Dr. Dreadful!
This is my freaky food lab. Make lots of gross things, and then you eat them. Make mouth-watering worms, succulent spiders, and more. Looks gross, tastes great.
Dr. Dreadful's Freaky Food Lab. Eat sold separately from Fun Rice.